I think digitalization of all sorts of data, big real estate data, and the intelligent applications which will be built, which are actually already being built in certain places, the prop tech industry is working on this, will actually give us more tools, and ideally not just ex post but also ex ante forecasting tools to have real-time information to see what's happening in our portfolios. I think that will make more use of digitalization and big real estate data going forward.
Okay, good. Christiane.
I think what's crucial to risk management is the collaboration, the cooperation between the different parties in a firm. So the engineers, the asset managers, the compliance departments should really talk to each other and share their views and just develop strategies. So this is, I think, the most important thing. And when you're asking me what I think, what I'm expecting in 10 years from now is that I think sustainability with the life cycle approach will be on the agenda. Will still be, or no one will talk about it as a particular topic. It will be just standard to the life cycle approach.
Okay, good. Mahdi.
Yeah, I think one of the big changes I'm seeing here is alternatives. The so-called property types that we call alternatives today will have a much bigger role to play in portfolios. We've seen that happen in the States. If you look at the REITs index in the States, the FTSE equivalent in the US, it's actually more than 50% exposed or into parking garages, student housing, apart hotels. They're actually not the main food groups. They're not offices or retail or residential or logistics. They're actually all of the others. Having more of these into our portfolios is going to be a big trend going forward. But they're tricky because they need specialist management. They need platforms to manage those. And luckily, technology will probably be a big help in that. So you'll see very different types of property types in portfolios going forward.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, I think, especially in France, Uber had a strong impact on the way we live. And I think we're, with digital, alternative real estate, and maybe managing differently the assets, we're also going to be into Uber real estate or something. And obviously, when you were saying, well, 10 years from now, and 10 years in the past, 10 years in the past, we were with BlackBerry scrolling that the big thing, we couldn't even see what was in the attached elements and everything. And now, we can work from here. Well, even if it's sunny, if it's in Canada, we're basically working. And I think in 10 years, from going back to what I know the best, so offices, I think we'll be, not always, behind our desk, mostly like away and maybe working from home, working from our phone and, at a cafe or something. And, it's really interesting because we're at AW experiencing it right now. We're moving, so, it's kind of challenging because we're just trying to see how we're going to work in our new space. And not all the company, because you have some like the CEO or the HR. Well, they need like office like our daddies and mommies used to work. But we're more and more working in dynamic environment, flexible space. When you open your locker, you find like the people in the audit business. So I think that's that will be a very different way of working and also managing the assets. So that's we're going to be Uber real estate or something. I don't know the word, but maybe in 2 years there will be a word for it.
Okay, good. Charles.
Yeah, I think the property market cycle is as much a given as death and taxes. So, like it or not, we're not going to get away from it. It's all about how we manage risk within our portfolios during that cycle. I think people will become more holistic in their approach to managing risk. They'll manage it on various different levels, both at the bottom-up approach and also the top-down. Digitalization, features like that will enable them to view things in more real time, which will enable them to execute strategies if they can, if the products are there, to do something about it, to mitigate those risks in real time. And it's my view that people will be more holistic in their approach overall.